Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good to be back. Thank you for joining today's live session for the Inn on Saturday. And maybe perhaps you'll watch this video on a different day. Maybe it's not Saturday. It will still be relevant and pertinent. Well, as you can see, I am rocking my Juneteenth t-shirt. I think I should stand up just for a little. Yes! So, how timely, even though this is the day before Juneteenth, I wanted to give honor to our people that were emancipated. And sometimes even thinking about that makes me think about a lot of things. Are we mentally emancipated? So many of us are living in this life still enslaved by our conditions. And while this is completely separate from the reason for Juneteenth, from a spiritual perspective, and even from a collective perspective, there's a lot of work that is still yet to be done. In this space and in this place is where we get to press the reset button on our life. A moment in which we get to return to presence. A reminder that presence is in the midst of everything. Our job is to unpack all of that junk that we've layered in our life that keeps us separate from this moment. The intention behind each session is for us to level up our mindset and then take what we've learned in each lesson into our daily life. Because when we do, we'll create a life that is richer, more beautiful, and more at peace. Today's topic is centered on energy real estate. You know, the stuff that we hold on to, think about, and do that takes us away from our joy. That takes us away from living, truly living. So let's get into it. There are 3 keys that I'll share with you for today's topic on energy real estate. And those 3 keys are, number 1 is to guard your mind. Guard your mind. And number 2 is to guard your energy. And number 3 is to guard your body. 3 keys. Number 1, to guard your mind. Remember that everything that we think is a seed that we're planting. A seed in the ground that will, in fact, grow into things that we like or things that we don't like. At each moment, we have control over our thoughts. We don't have control over people. And yes, in this life, we have to interact with people that we may not necessarily want to interact with. We may have experiences in life that we don't want to necessarily have. And experiences in life that we absolutely enjoy having and want to have it again and again and again. In addition to those people that bring that kind of joy and levity in our life. As we become more intentional about the thoughts that we have, we'll begin to create the life that we actually say that we want. Thoughts are powerful. It's extremely important for us to be mindful of what we think. And even mindful about what we say. Have you ever thought about that? Have you ever noticed that what you say is not congruent with your thoughts? And in moments in which you do notice that, what do you do? In dialing back and becoming more present, it requires that we be the distant observer of ourselves. Not judging ourselves in any way, because that takes us away from being fully present, and that also takes us away from our joy. It's not about judging yourself. It's about observing yourself. And then loving yourself enough to say, I'm ready to make some changes so that I can think better and ultimately live better. The other thing is that not every thought we have is trustworthy. You know those thoughts? I have them. Those thoughts that make us feel in ways that aren't so good, doesn't feel so good. Thoughts of judgment of others, making up stories that aren't actually true. So not every thought that we have is trustworthy. And the moment that we recognize that is the moment that we have stepped back into our innate truth. I remember a time in my life when I had no idea what I really wanted to do. And I've shared this story before. I had no idea what I wanted to do. I tried everything and tried to fit into the mold of what I thought I should be doing, but didn't quite understand what I should be doing. If I had awareness in that moment, I would have realized that trying to fit in to someone else's mold is never a good formula to create the life that is truly meant for me to live. I had so many thoughts of judgment when I finally realized that I was creating a life that didn't bring me my greatest joy. I was hard on myself. I really didn't extend enough kindness and grace to say, you're in this life to figure it out and it's okay. The moment I released all of that uneasiness and forgived myself for not knowing what I didn't know, is the moment I stepped into my complete truth. And it's there that I started to figure out how to live this life in alignment with what would bring me my greatest joy. And also to release the expectation of perfection. How many times have we done that in life? Where we're trying to be perfect. And in that perfect, it is oftentimes married with judgment. Life is supposed to be fluid and not as complicated as we make it out to be. The moment we get our mind clear on that, then we step into shifting our energy. Are you ready? Are you ready to shift your energy? Are you ready to leave behind things that aren't working for you? Are you ready to up-level your mindset and begin to live the life that you are called to live. Which then leads me into key number 2, guarding our energy. The moment we shift our mindset is the moment that we shift our energy. Now, I mentioned that thoughts are seeds that are planted in the ground that actually create and produce the life that we're living right now. Even the life we say we don't want to live. We have somehow created the very thing that we say we don't want. And the things that we have created that are absolutely fabulous, that we feel our mind has associated and identified with fabulosity, is very much what we've created. Energy is the fertilizer. Thoughts are the seed, and energy is the fertilizer that makes it grow faster. If there's anything that I want you to take away from today's session, it's that energy is the fertilizer that expands our life in ways that serve us. And in serving us, it often means that there might be some things that we don't like that we have in our life. But in this life, there's something called evolution. And every experience, every lesson in our life is to teach us how to be. And sometimes that comes through pain, knowing that, you know what, hey, I don't want that pain anymore. I'm ready to shift and change. So that experience, that lesson, that pain serves a great purpose. Life is amazingly helpful when we understand that we are participating in what is called the game of life. And our job is to know how to play this game and to play it well. And not to sit on the sidelines of life while watching everyone else play their life full out in the way that we hope it would be for us. And also in understanding and knowing that if we are going to play this game, then we can't continue to be tackled. Right? I mean, at some point, we have to get back up. At some point, we have to learn the lesson, learn the plays that work well. And then when we grab that ball, we run for it. In shifting our energy, it actually activates everything in our life. Emotions are purposeful and beautiful. It's what makes us human. Because we can feel, because we can relate, and all of it serves its purpose. In being kinder with ourselves, we actually are working in conjunction with what our body is telling us. If something doesn't feel right, it's our body's GPS system alert system to say, hey, I need you to get back into being present. I need you to pay attention to what's happening here. Our body serves us in so many purposeful and beautiful ways. Which then leads me into key number 3. Is to guard our body, our mind first, triggers our emotional state of being, and that emotional state of being is what propels us into action. So we have to be mindful of what our body, the action steps that we're taking based on the signals and commands from our body and mind are doing. The human being is so amazing. We have so many signals within our entire ecosystem that supports us in this life. And at each point, we are being called to be in relationship with the very essence of our being. Our actions can create what we want just as much as create what we say we don't want, and create more of it. Remember, in addition to this conversation about guarding our body, it's also important to understand that we have to guard our space around people that trigger certain emotional responses in us that may not create the best outcome and action steps that we take. It's okay to eliminate people in your life that create more drama than peace, until you get to a point in life of being so grounded in yourself that you are unaffected by other people's drama. Until you get to that level of enlightenment and maturity, it is vitally important to remove yourself from chaotic people. And sometimes it may be certain family members. And that's the hard part. Sometimes it's people that you love. Excuse me. So think about that. And be ready to make some hard choices that sometimes don't feel very good. I'll never forget hearing someone say that there are moments in which you have to separate to elevate. And that's actually true. Getting a little tickle in my throat, excuse me. Separate to elevate. Remember that. And also, quiet time is what helps to bring clarity. Clarity. It's okay to remove yourself in order to check back in with yourself and then re-engage with other people. It's okay to do that. It's necessary at times to do that. And it's a form of self-care and self-love. Having a little tickle in my throat, excuse me. But yes, important to separate to elevate. And that's why I love having these conversations with you. Because this is a space in which we get to be without judgment. And really feel supported in life. Life is hard by itself. Actually, let me correct that statement. Life isn't hard, nor is it easy. Life is neutral. Our relationship with life is what makes it hard or easy. the level up always must come from us. That's what these sessions are about. So that we can have a better relationship with life, but ultimately a better relationship with ourselves. I am grateful that you show up for yourself each time that we have these sessions. And yes, I just saw your comment. You hope that I save this so you can share it. And I do save it on my Instagram page, so thank you for asking that question. And I also have a YouTube page called Rise 360 Coaching and Consulting, in which I have a list of all of our weekly sessions, and I will upload it on that page as well. So thank you for that. At this point, I think it's important to ground this practice and conversation by just checking within, breathing in, and then being led into meditation. So please relax yourself in your seated position. And just notice what your body is communicating to you, with eyes open or closed. And give margin to the area in your body that feels uncomfortable. Whether it be adjusting yourself in your seat, sitting in a different seat, adjusting your legs, your back, your shoulders, relaxing your face, allowing yourself to be at ease. At ease. What I'd like for you to do is that as you're breathing, just notice how you're breathing. Are you breathing with a lot of upper chest movement? If so, I'd like for you to drop the air down low into your diaphragm and expand your lungs with all of that juicy air. And then exhale. Oftentimes when we're stressed, we carry a lot of our tension in the upper part of our body, and we breathe very, very shallowly, short, shallow breaths. And it tends to be a lot of upper chest breathing. So just drop that air down low into your lungs, allowing your body to receive the full benefit of this diaphragmatic breathing. In this moment, I'll ask that you inhale through your nose on a count of 4, and you'll exhale from your mouth on a count of 4. And then I'll ask that you hold your breath for a count of 4. Inhaling through the nose on a count of 4, exhaling through the mouth on a count of 4, and then holding the breath on a count of 4. So let's do it together. Inhaling through your nose on 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathing in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one. Breathe in on 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Release the breath. Return to the natural inflow and outflow of your breathing. And this time, internally scanning the body from head to toe. I ask that you close your eyes this time and internally witness what's happening. Do you notice any subtle shifts that are happening? Now let's continue breathing. Breathing in on 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out on 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath on 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. Breathe in on 1, 2, 3, 4. Out 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath 1, 2, 3, 4. Release the breath. Return to your natural inflow and outflow of your breathing. And again, keeping your eyes closed and internally scanning the body from head to toe. Again, witnessing any subtle shifts that are happening without judgment, without the need to control it in any way. We'll now go deeper into our meditation. I'll ask you the 4 soul questions designed to help you clarify who you are, what you want, what your purpose is, and what you're grateful for. The first soul question is, who am I? Who am I? Beyond your name, your gender, your race, any label that has been placed on you in this physical lifetime. Who are you? Allowing yourself to return to the essence of who you really are. Allow whatever responses to come to you without trying to force it in any way. The second soul question is, what do I really want? At the core of your being, what is it that you really want? Now's the time to tap into the feeling tone of what that is. The thought of what that is. Allow yourself to go all the way there and pull it out. What is it that you really want? The third soul question is, what is my purpose? What am I called to do? Allow whatever responses to come to you, whether it be in the feeling, whether it be a feeling, a sensation, an image, or a thought. However it comes, try not to change it in any way. Just be open to receive the very first thing that comes to mind. The final soul question is, what am I grateful for? Allow yourself to list everything that you're grateful for. Please release all of the questions and answers and return to the natural inflow and outflow of your breathing. Just watching, internally watching the rise and fall of your chest without your eyes being opened. I'll now go deeper into the meditation by introducing today's Sanskrit mantra, So Hum. So Hum. By repeating this mantra, it helps to relax the body, relax the mind, and it helps to release anxiety and tension based on anything that we're carrying within us that takes us away from being fully present. Please repeat the word so on the inhalation and hum on the exhalation. Repeating so as you breathe in and hum as you breathe out. Please do so silently. If you've noticed your attention has drifted to thoughts in your mind, sounds in the environment, or sensations in the body, I ask that you bring all of your attention back to repeating today's mantra. Repeating so on the inhalation, hum on the exhalation. Try not to think of any profound thing that's going to happen, because if in doing so, it actually creates more activity in the mind and it takes you away from being fully present. Just simply, easily, effortlessly repeat today's mantra. So on the inhalation and hum on the exhalation. Please continue meditating. I will mind the time and let you know when our meditation is up. Please release today's mantra and return to the natural inflow and outflow of your breathing. Allowing yourself to rest in existence. Rest in awareness. Resting in bliss. Existence, awareness, bliss. Sat, Chit, Ananda. Just rest. I'll now introduce today's intention. Allow the intention to flow through your entire body, as well as repeating the intention with me. Today's intention is peace of mind. Peace of mind. When you're ready, please place the palms of your hands together at your heart center. Having a moment of reverence right here. And then bowing in gratitude to your soul for today's practice. And when you're ready, slowly raising your head, softly opening your eyes, and then extending the blessing namaste. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in you. Thank you for coming. I hope that today's practice is beneficial to you and that you bring the essence of being mindful of the energy real estate that you take up. Remembering the 3 keys from today's lesson. Number 1 is to guard your mind. Number 2 is to guard your energy. And number 3 is to guard your body. You can find me here each week Actually, maybe not every week, because there are other things that I will have to do on occasion. But you will see me here most weeks doing a live session in which I will share a mindful topic, and then that mindful topic will be led into a breathing practice. And here's why I do the breathing practice. The breathing practice helps to reset our mind and reset the body, to quiet it down just enough to enter into meditation. Typically the time that I start is around 8:30. It might be a little bit later, but it's around 8:30. And I will let you know on my daily post if I will have a session. So if you see a date listed, then you can join me for that weekly session. You can also follow me at YouTube. In fact, I would love for you to check out my page, like it, and subscribe to it. That would really do me a favor. Or if you can do me a favor, I would love for you to like it and subscribe to it. It has a list of every mindful session that I've done. So you can just pick what speaks to your heart in that moment. Thank you again for coming. Next week, I haven't quite decided what I'm going to discuss. I have an idea that it might be around clutter, but that topic is not solidified yet. Either way, you will see me for the next session at approximately 8:30. Thank you again for joining, and as usual, your purposeful journey begins right here. I'll see you next time. You're welcome. Thank you.